Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are doing well. Today I am going to tell you about the eligibility criteria for Canada's permanent residency or PR application and how you can check whether you are eligible for PR or not. Now let's first understand what is PR. A permanent resident is someone who has been given permanent resident status by immigrating to Canada but is not a Canadian citizen. Permanent residents are citizens of other countries. Now let's see what permanent residents enjoy. As a permanent resident, you have the right to get most social benefits that Canadian citizens receive, including healthcare coverage, live, work, or study anywhere in Canada. Then you can also apply for Canadian citizenship after you have stayed 3 years as a PR in Canada. In addition, you must pay taxes and respect all Canadian laws at the federal and the provincial levels. Now let's talk about the things that a permanent resident cannot do. First and foremost, you are not allowed to vote or run for political office. You are not allowed to work in many high security jobs that only Canadian citizens can apply. So now let's check on the requirements for the PR application, and the first step is to check your eligibility. Type in Google how express entry works. So click on this first website. So the PR application process is called the Express Entry Program, and the Express Entry Program has three main immigration categories: the Canadian Experience Class, the Federal Skilled Worker Program, and the Federal Skilled Trades Program. Apart from this, there is another important subcategory which is called the PNP or the Provincial Nominee Program, where if you are nominated, you will get extra points so you can be invited to apply quickly. Now let's go through each step. The first step is to find if you are eligible to apply or not. Basically, the Express Entry Program works on the CRS or the Comprehensive Ranking System, where based on your age, language, ability, work experience, education, and job offers in Canada, you get certain points. And if you have points that are above the cutoff value for the current draw, then you will be invited to apply for the Express Entry Program. So now let's check on the different categories. So the first is the Canadian Experience Class. So here you can see the details on the eligibility requirement for the Canadian Experience Class or CEC. In order to apply for Canadian Experience Class, you have to have a Canadian work experience. You need to have a minimum 1 year Canadian work experience. Work experience should fall under the different skill set. It can be a managerial job which is skill level 0. It can be professional job which is skill type A, and it can be technical or skill trades job which is skill type B. Now each job has different national occupation classification codes, and you need to apply for the code which is suitable to you. The next thing is education, and so depending on your education you will get certain points. For example, if you have a PhD, you will get the maximum education points. The Federal Skilled Worker Program does not require any Canadian experience. You can apply as long as if you have any foreign work experience belonging to the particular NOC code. So the next thing is to find out if you are eligible or not. So there are two ways to find out if you are eligible for the program that is part of Express Entry. So the first is to answer a few questions. So you can click on this. So depending on your age, language ability, family members, education, work experience, and job offer, you get different points. So now let's check if we are eligible to apply or not. So first, you will be asked on which territory you are interested in. So you can click any of the territories which you are interested in. I'll be clicking British Columbia, then click on next. Now they are asking on what language you have taken, so here I will click on IELTS exam. So this exam has to be taken within 2 years of the application. So I will take year, select the month, select the date and click next. Now you have to give your score. So for speaking it's 7.5, for listening it's 8, for reading it's 9, and for writing it's 8. So now if you have any other exam like TCF or TEF, you can give, otherwise you can select none and press on next. So now in the last 3 years, how many years of skill experience do you have? So this should be a full-time work experience. So here I'll click 1 year or more. Now during this period, which national occupation classification level is most of the experience in? So if you have a Canadian work experience for this particular categories, you can click on this, or if you do not have any Canadian work experience, you can click none of the above. So in my case, since I have a Canadian work experience, I will click on A. So based on my answers, you can see that I will be eligible for Express Entry program. So we can exit the questionnaire now. Now here you can see the detailed requirement for each program. So you can read all the details for the Federal Skilled Worker program. So here you can find the details of each program. So just click on each of this. So for example, if you want to know the details of Federal Skilled Worker program, you can click on this and you can have all the details on how this works and what are the minimum requirements and how much points you will be getting and what are the details of this program. Similarly, if you want to know about Federal Skilled Trades program, you can click on this link and you will get all the details for Federal Skilled Trades program. Similarly, you can see the details for Canadian Experience class. So once you have checked your eligibility criteria, the next step is to create an Express Entry profile. But before you create an Express Entry profile, you need to check the minimum points required for this particular round of invitation. So you can click here. So here you can see the CRS score of the lowest ranked candidate invited for the particular Express Entry profile. As of June 8, for Provincial Nominee Program, the minimum CRS score is 796. But if you go here, if you scroll down, as you can see, for Canadian Experience class, the minimum score required for getting an invitation is 462. So once you know what is the minimum score required to get an invitation for the particular Express Entry program, so the next step is to check your CRS score. So you can use the CRS tool to estimate your score. So as I mentioned earlier, the CRS score is determined by your age, your education, your language ability, and your work experience or job offers. The first question is, what is your marital status? You can click you are married or unmarried. I will click on never married or single. The next question is, how old are you? With the increase in age, then the number of points decreases. So here I will click 31. So what is the level of your education? So for in my case, I have doctorate. Have you earned your Canadian degree, diploma, certificate? So if you have not earned your degree in Canada, you need to get a educational credential assessment of your degree certificate. So here I click no. So here you need to enter your English test or French test results, and then they will ask you what is the official language. So I have applied for IELTS. So for speaking it's 7.5 to 9, for listening is 8, for reading is 8 to 9, and for writing is 7. Do you have any other language results? It's not applicable. So here they are asking the work experience in the last 10 years. How many years of skilled work experience in Canada do you have? So here I will say 1 year. In the last 10 years, how many total years of foreign skilled work experience do you have? Here I will say 2 years. So here if you have any provincial nomination, you can click yes or you can click no. So now if you have a job offer, you can click yes, and the job offer for me is A or B. So do you have a nomination certificate? Click on no. Now if you have your spouse or brother or sister living in Canada who is a Canadian citizen and or permanent resident, then you can click yes, otherwise click on no. Now you can click on calculate your score. So as you can see, for me the score is 557. So depending on your qualifications, you can get a particular score, and once you know that your score is above the cutoff value, then you can create your express entry profile. So that's all for this video. In the next video we will talk about on how to create an express entry profile. Thank you for watching.